Hi, I'm Leslie Palma, Communications Director at Priests for Life, here with your pro-life news break. In welcome news to pro-lifers, Health Secretary Robert F. Kennedy said the FDA should do a thorough review of the deadly abortion pill mifepristone after a new analysis showed that 1 in 9 women suffer adverse effects after a chemical abortion. During a Senate committee hearing on Wednesday, pro-life Senator Josh Hawley of Missouri cited the study from the Ethics and Public Policy Center and asked Kennedy if the new data showed a pressing need for a review of the drug. It's alarming, Kennedy said, of the study's findings. I've asked Marty Makary, who is the director of the FDA, to do a complete review and to report back. Chemical abortions now comprise more than 60% of all abortions in the U.S. The South Carolina Supreme Court on Wednesday ruled that the state's heartbeat law, which protects babies from abortion at about 6 weeks, can remain in effect. The law was originally passed in 2021, but has been challenged every step of the way by Planned Parenthood. Wednesday's ruling could be the final word on the subject. Reacting to the decision, Priests for Life National Director Frank Pavone said the ruling is among the unfolding victories of the 2022 U.S. Supreme Court opinion that overturned Roe v. Wade. The Dobbs decision, he said, changed the standard against which pro-life laws are judged going forward. Now, the default position for the courts on the federal, state, and local levels is to give deference to the people and their elected representatives. If they want to protect the unborn, Dobbs said the courts should get out of the way. The pro-life leader also said abortion profiteers like Planned Parenthood should rethink their legal strategy. It's silly that they keep challenging pro-life laws in courts because the courts that understand Dobbs are going to keep ruling the same way, which is good for the unborn, Pavone said. Missouri voters will have another chance to decide the legality of abortion in their state. In November, a well-funded campaign by abortion advocates succeeded in passing a ballot amendment that had the effect of repealing a law that protected most babies from abortion. This week, the Republican-dominated legislature approved a ballot measure that would ask voters to reinstate the pro-life law. The question likely will appear on the November 2026 ballot, but pro-life Governor Mike Kehoe could call a special election before that. Abortions resumed in Missouri in February of this year. Following the passage of a pro-abortion ballot amendment in Michigan in 2022, a judge has ruled that the state law requiring a 24-hour waiting period before abortion is unconstitutional. Judge Seema Patel also struck down laws calling for informed consent before abortion and requiring that only physicians perform the procedure. The New York abortionist who allegedly mailed chemical abortion drugs to a woman in Louisiana intent on killing her grandchild is being investigated for a second fatal outcome in the state. A woman in Shreveport who was 20 weeks pregnant obtained pills from Margaret Carpenter, according to Louisiana Attorney General Liz Murrill. She and her boyfriend, after she gave birth, took the baby, wrapped it in a towel, and threw it in a garbage can, Murrill said. She later went to the hospital where staffers told the boyfriend to retrieve the remains, and he did. It's unclear if the baby was born alive. Carpenter was indicted in February on charges that she mailed abortion pills to a woman in Louisiana who then forced her pregnant daughter to take them. The girl, who wanted her baby, ended up in the hospital after the chemical abortion. Louisiana Governor Jeff Landry signed an extradition warrant for Carpenter, but New York's abortion-loving Governor Kathy Hochul will not sign the order to send the abortionist south to face the charges. Texas also has sued Carpenter for allegedly mailing abortion pills into that state. In Florida, a 3-judge panel of a state appeals court has struck down a law allowing minor girls to have abortions without parental consent. The law allows minors to seek a court approval to have an abortion without consent from their parents if a judge finds a minor is sufficiently mature or that obtaining consent is not in her best interest. The Florida Supreme Court is expected to review the issue. Maryland has become the first state in the nation to tap into a fund created by a surcharge on insurance plans to help pay for abortions. Every policy sold under the 2010 Affordable Care Act, or Obamacare, in abortion-friendly states collected a $1 surcharge, and that money has been untouched and growing for 15 years. This week, Maryland Governor Wes Moore signed a law that will make $25 million available to pay for abortions in the no-limit state. Democrats in Illinois and New York already have come to Maryland for guidance in implementing the program in their states. In total, 12 states have been collecting the surcharge since 2010. A woman in Georgia who was declared brain dead 3 months ago is being kept on life support until her baby, now 21 weeks, can be delivered. Doctors at Emory University Hospital in Atlanta have said Georgia's heartbeat law requires them to keep 30-year-old Adriana Smith alive, but several legal experts interviewed by the Associated Press said that is not the case. The family has not said if they want to keep the woman alive for her baby's sake, but in any event, doctors have said the choice is not theirs to make. A 2021 study that reviewed similar cases going back decades found 35 instances of women kept on life support to save their babies. Of those, 27 resulted in live births of healthy babies. Whether the Georgia law specifically requires this or not, it's nice when the presumption of law is actually in favor of caring for the life of a child rather than killing the child, Frank Pavone said. It's time to leave the culture of abortion behind. And finally, actor Kelsey Grammer of Frasier fame wrote in his new book that the abortion of his son in 1974 still eats away at my soul. Grammer was a student at Manhattan's prestigious Juilliard School when his then-girlfriend became pregnant. Grammer is pro-life now, but at the time was pro-choice. I never wanted her to accuse me of being unwilling to have the child, but I also did not plead with her to save his life, Grammer says in the book, Karen, A Brother Remembers, about the rape and brutal murder of his sister. 6 months before my sister was slaughtered, I volunteered to have my son's body vacuumed out of his mother's, Grammer wrote. I regret it. That's some of what's making news this week. Thank you for tuning in. If you would like to keep up with our press releases and commentary, go to prolife.press or scan the barcode on your screen. Here's hoping the Knicks knock the Celtics out of the playoffs tonight. And if you'll be observing National Cherry Cobbler Day tomorrow, enjoy. And please remember always that life is the only choice.
Every life is a gift. Every heartbeat is a miracle. But right now, the most innocent among us are in danger. Priests for Life is on the front lines, speaking truth, offering healing, and building a world where every child is welcomed and loved. Join us in this sacred mission to end abortion. Stand with life. Stand with Priests for Life. Scan the QR code right now and help save unborn babies today. God bless.
So many companies support abortion, but today you can make sure that with every call you make, you are supporting the unborn. Patriot Mobile is America's only Christian conservative wireless carrier. They have partnered with Priests for Life and donate a portion of their earnings to our work. We invite you to switch to them at patriotmobile.com/unborn. Keep your number and your phone and get the same coverage you have now, but also get the peace of mind knowing your every call supports life.
Hello, this is Father David Begany, one of the many members of Priests for Life. Prayer is the foundation of the pro-life movement. I invite you to join Priests for Life in prayer each day for an end to abortion. We have many different prayer campaigns throughout the year, and you can find them all at prayercampaign.org. Please sign up with us to be a regular prayer partner. God bless you.
Hello, I'm Sam Brownback, and I've worked alongside Father Frank Pavone for many years on the cause of life. He's a true champion, and the Priests for Life have been wonderful champions of this great cause, of the cause of human dignity of every human at every phase of life, from the very first moment of conception until its natural death. The human species, the human person, each and every one are full of dignity, priceless in value, and Priests for Life stand for that. Join their work with them, work alongside them in this battle, this incredible battle, this fantastically important battle for life in the United States. We've got to win this fight.